a little better. Good morning. I am Pamela. I do yoga. Try to do yoga first thing in the morning each day and to go live with yoga each day that I do yoga. Today I am doing day 4 of a yoga slash Pilates morning yoga challenge. The yoga that I'm following is yoga with Cassandra. These are just relatively short practices. This one I think is just a 10-minute morning yoga and Pilates. It's a full body flow. And this is what she calls the Yoga Pilates challenge. Before I jump into this practice, I'm going to do my warm-up, which is a handstand, a back bend, and a headstand. And I do that, these are just intentional things that I like to do each day. 1, because I like to do them. 2, because these are things that I want to continue to be able to do each day of my life for as long as I can. And because it's something that I really enjoy doing as a kid, so it gives me a kick at 58 to know that I can still do the things that I did when I was like 9, 10, 11, 18 years old. There were years that I could not because I struggled with obesity, but once I shed the pound and kind of embraced my inner athlete, I got the courage to try again, and I just try to keep up with it. And I find that the more I practice things, the easier those things become. And if I take days off and I let time go by where I'm not, then they become more difficult. So I definitely want them to be things that I can do with ease, not only the things that I just like to do, but it actually helps to build up strength. The inversions help build up shoulder strength and core strength and balance. And the back bend actually helps nurture mobility and flexibility in my spine. The older you get, the stiffer you get. And the older you get, the more prone you are to accidents. Actually, the stiffer you are, the more prone you are to accidents and breaking. And so I just want my body to be flexible and pliable. And I have found that my yoga practice actually helps me a great deal with flexibility and also helps me with injury prevention. A couple years ago, I've been doing yoga most days for the past 5 years, and a couple years ago I actually got into an accident. I was riding my bike and I hit a slick spot and my back tire spun out and the bike just flipped. And very quickly, I had busted my head open. I had, I think, bruised maybe like this shoulder, and I had a hole in my knee, and my bottom of my leg was all banged up, and it was weird. I twisted, but I was able to get up, from that fall, ride my bike home, take myself, to go get stitches in my eye, and I was very banged up and bruised, but really just bruised, not broken. And I think if I had not been doing yoga for so long and incorporating that into my daily routine, that could have been a really, really bad situation for me. And so I really do appreciate yoga for all that it does for the body. Again, it helps with relieving aches and pains. It helps with injury prevention because you're making your body more pliable. Kind of like, when you see babies, babies are very hard to break and they're super limber. And the more that you're doing yoga, the more you are, and focusing on flexibility, pliability, it's kind of like this fountain of youth in your body. It just feels younger and younger and younger. So that's one of the many reasons I like it. Also, I just believe in doing things intentionally. Do something good for your body, do something good for your mind, mind, something good for your spirit. And yoga kind of incorporates all three. I find that during these yoga practices, because there's such a focus on breathing, that you're so focused on breathing that it's meditative and it just helps you clear your mind and really practice mindfulness and be here in the moment. And when you're not cluttering your mind with things that really don't serve you, you're in a great position just to be in the here and now and to really be able to practice gratitude, and you put yourself in a position of peace and positivity, and so that's just like very good for your spirit. It's very good for your mind, for your mental health, for your physical health as well. And so I'm all about complete and total balanced wellness in my life, and yoga is one aspect of what it is that I do, but the benefits touch on all areas. So I am pro yoga and I'm always sharing that with people, encouraging them to give it a try. I do though believe that everybody should find something that's good for them, that makes them feel good, that it's something that they get pleasure from, a sense of accomplishment, and it's yoga for me and other things. It might not be yoga for you, but I would encourage you, if yoga is not your thing, to at least find something that's good for you, that you enjoy, that gives you peace, that puts a good stress on your body so that you are in a position to kind of just balance out the stresses that just come with day-to-day life. Anyway, let me go ahead and jump into this practice again. I'm going to do my warm-up. And as soon as I'm done with this warm-up, then I will jump into the practice. I am live on YouTube and on TikTok. If you happen to be following me on TikTok, you guys want to like or, put comments in, I'll read the comments. I'll try to read the comments after the fact and respond. The only thing that I ask is that if you're leaving comments, that you just be respectful and kind. This is not a dating platform. I really am just doing yoga live to encourage folks to do something good for their body, and to just be able to kind of build a community of like-minded people that want to be the best versions of themselves, and just sharing my where I am in my life and journey. I used to struggle with obesity. Several years ago, I weighed 280 pounds, and I just woke up one day and was like, what have I done to myself? And I need to make a change in my life. And being able to let go of negative thoughts and kind of false beliefs about myself and my weight, and kind of getting rid of self-sabotaging behaviors. Those are things that I've had to work on, every single day to get to where it is that I am today, and free myself from the jail that was morbid obesity. And I never want to go back, so I just continue to do things day by day so that I can do good for myself and put my body in the best position to be where it's supposed to be in this life, if that makes sense. Anyway, let's go ahead and jump into this warm-up and practice. I do so hope that you will join me. If not, I hope that you are inspired to do something good for yourself today and each day. If you join me, I hope you like it. And yeah, let's go. Let me give myself credit for the yoga.
to day 4 of this Yoga Pilates challenge. Today's morning practice is a full body flow. Mix of yoga, mix of Pilates, no props required. This will hopefully help you set the tone for the day. Daisy might join us a little bit here. So we are going to get started lying down on our backs, just starting with a reclined hamstring stretch. You cannot scratch my mat. No, you cannot do that. Sorry. Sorry, girl. So come all the way down, and you can start with your knees bent, feet flat on the floor. We're just going to pull our right knee in towards the chest, and then hold on to whatever is accessible to you at the back of that leg as you extend it up towards the sky. We want to keep our head and shoulders relaxed on the mat. And first thing in the morning, probably some tightness here, so you can absolutely have a bend in that knee. I'm just flexing and pointing through the toes, a little bit rolling through the ankle. I can really change the sensation of the stretch. And let's just bend and straighten that leg a few times. And now go ahead and straighten the right leg, point through your toes, and we're going to straighten the left leg to the mat. Keep your arms by your sides, palms facing down. So even for me this morning, the hamstrings are still quite tight, so it's perfectly fine if you want to keep a bend in this knee, but just really make sure you're pointing through the toes and flex and push out through your left foot. Roll the shoulder blades down your back. These are one-leg circles from classical Pilates. I want you to engage and squeeze through your core. This really works your obliques. So we're just going to trace some circles. You're going to go across, down, around, and up. Or we're going to go a little bit faster with the accent on the up. So across and up. And up. And the circles really don't need to be too big. It's like you're tracing them on the ceiling, but try not to move your hips or your shoulders. So you really need to squeeze through the left side of your obliques. And reverse the direction of those circles. So only moving through that right hip. Take about 3 more. Really reaching and stretching through the back of that leg. Last one. And pull that right knee in towards your belly. Set the right foot flat to the floor, and we'll find our hamstring stretch on the other side. So draw that left knee in and extend the leg up. And again here, maybe you just flex and point. Roll out through the ankle. Breathing in and out through your nose. And let's all bend and stretch. We'll set ourselves up for one-leg circles on this left side. So point through your left toes, arms down by your sides, palms flat to the mat. Straighten your right leg and flex and reach through that right heel. So even just from holding this pose, I'm engaging the right side of my waist and contracting through the abs. Tight and strong through your core. We're going to go across the body, down, around, and up. So circling up, and you might find that it's a little bit easier maybe on one side than the other. So just as much as possible, try not to move anything else in the body. This is a much harder movement than it looks like when you're really working on engaging, and reverse the direction of those circles. It's easy to do wrong. So the more you can work on hugging towards the midline, the more you'll feel this through your core. Take 2 more circles. And release, bring that knee in towards your belly. And we're just going to rock up. So you can either roll to one side, or you can rock up the length of your spine. Let's go into spine stretch forward. So extend both legs out in front of you, flex the feet, and widen them towards the edges of the mat. Spine stretch forward. Of course, I want your spine nice and tall. If you feel like you're rolling and falling back here, Do this with bent knees. Totally fine if they are bent and lifted off the mat. I want you to think of being lifted and tall. Arms go out parallel to the mat. I want you to inhale, lift up a little bit more. And as you exhale, tuck chin to chest, nose to navel, and imagine you're trying to bring the crown of your head towards the mat like you're rolling over a basketball. Keep your arms off of the legs. And then inhale, roll, peel yourself all the way up and back. Use your abs as you do this. So exhale, cup and reach. So you're stretching forward. And then inhale. Peeling back like you were against the wall. Keep going here. So we're not folding forward towards our legs or towards the mat the way we would do in a traditional yoga forward fold. Here we're really trying to scoop the abs in and up, reaching long through the arms and focusing on finding that C curve through the spine. Let's take 2 more. So exhale, reach it forward, pull the lower belly in and lifting up. Last one. And inhale, coming all the way up. And let's release. Probably my favorite Pilates movement. Let's bring our left foot to the inside of that right thigh and widen your legs a little bit here so you're kind of facing a little bit more towards the longer edge of the mat. And you can either flex or point for that leg, whatever feels the best to you here. Start with a side body stretch. So left arm reaches up overhead. Really roll that left shoulder back. Lengthen out. Relax your head, relax your neck. Inhale lifts you up into a little baby wild thing. Left hand goes behind you. Reach your right arm up and over. Press those hips forward. Push into the sole of the right foot. Big, deep side body stretch here. Can you lift the hips up even more? And carefully set the hips back down. This time we'll fold forward towards that right knee. And you can make this more of a passive forward fold, especially first thing in the morning when we have more tightness and tension in the body. I'm just letting my spine naturally round, but I'm aiming my forehead towards my knee. I'm just letting gravity pull me deeper into the stretch. Use your hands, pushing to lift yourself all the way up. And we'll do the same thing over to the second side. So I'll just turn to the other way. It'll be a little bit easier to follow along. Left leg is out, right foot to the inside of that left thigh. And try to widen the knees away from one another. Let's start with our side bend first. So right arm will extend up overhead. And really rolling that right shoulder back. Relaxing your head, getting a little bit of a neck release here. Into our baby wild thing, lift yourself up. Anchor that right palm flat to the floor and use this like a little kickstand off of your right leg to press those hips up. And like someone is pulling on your left hand and at the same time pulling on your left heel in opposite directions. And let's release, folding over towards our knee this time. Passive forward fold, palms facing up, just let gravity pull you into it. Not forcing, but targeting the entire posterior chain from the crown of your head, down the spine, down the back of the legs. And let's bring our chest back up, nice and slow. And we'll set ourselves up for a leg pull back. This is very similar to reverse tabletop that we would do in yoga. So with your palms about shoulder width distance apart, fingertips pointing towards your heels, feet are about hip width distance apart or so. Squeeze through your seat, push through your heels, and lift yourself up into that reverse table. Just take an inhale here, lift, stretching through your shoulders. And as you exhale, carefully set it back down. 2 more just like this. So inhale, squeeze, lift yourself up. And exhale, set the hips down. We're gonna hold the next time we're up. So inhale. And now if this feels appropriate, you're going to straighten your right leg and point through your toes. Let's kick that leg up and down. Twice more like this. Up and down. Last one. Return into this leg pull back and set your hips down to the floor. One more time just like this, so we can do the left leg. Squeeze through your shoulder blades. Press those hips up. Let's straighten the left leg. Kick it up and down. Twice more. One more here. Up and down. From this reverse table, let's release. Find a little butterfly shape with the legs. Soles of the feet come together. Knees fall apart. And just let yourself fold on down. Another passive forward fold here. You can play around a little bit with the distance between your heels and your seat. Stretching deeply through the inner thighs. Walking your hands in, lifting up. One last little thing here, just bring your feet to the edges of the mat. We'll just do a little windshield wiper motion with the knees to release through the hips. So you could just drop both knees to one side. You might feel a nice stretch. I know for me when I have the internal hip rotation, it feels really nice. You can go one side to the other. And to set our intention for the day, let's choose an affirmation from the deck. So let's see what we have today. You can sit any way that is comfortable to you. So our affirmation today: good things are coming my way, I'm ready for them. Good things are coming my way, I'm ready for them. So just take a few moments here, close your eyes. Internally repeating this to yourself a few times. Good things are coming my way, I'm ready for them. Feeling the effects of your practice in your entire body. Let's join our palms together at the front of the heart, and we'll chant Om together one time. Inhale to chant, breathe in. Thank you so much, everyone, for doing day 4 of this Yoga and Pilates Fusion Challenge. I hope you've noticed impact in your day. Hopefully you feel a bit more energized, ready to take on the day ahead. Leave me a comment down below. I'll also, of course, post the link to the day 4 evening yoga challenge video if you want.
Alrighty, that was it for this Yoga Pilates challenge. These Pilates poses are a little different, so it's definitely a little challenge. I'm glad it was only 10 minutes of yoga. You don't need very much when you're doing yoga, but I think anytime that you're on the mat, anything that you do for your body is good, so that's great. I'm ready for my day. Good things are coming, and I'm ready for it. Hope you guys have a fantastic day. I'll see you again tomorrow. Take care.